Thank you all for coming today. We're really excited to present a line of innovative products that will revolutionize the market and maybe our reputation.
Oh, you'll have a reputation, all right.
Okay, first up, imagine the Napalm Nights candle. You know, the comforting warmth and glow of a candle combined with the scent of jungle inferno.
Jungle inferno?
Ah, yes. The smell of victory and countless war crimes.
Jesus.
What the hell is wrong with you, Nixon?
My mama always said, life is like a box of Napalm. You never know which part of the jungle you're gonna burn.
Next we have the Agent Orange cleaning spray. Guaranteed to obliterate even the toughest stains.
Isn't Agent Orange the defoliant that causes massive health issues?
More like a lifetime subscription to misery and deformities.
Okay, another one is for those restless nights, we present the PTSD pillow.
PTSD pillow? Really? Who in their right mind would buy these products?
I don't know, Americans?
Yes, Americans.
I'm not a smart man, but
Forrest, hold that thought, because this pitch is making me want to disappear into the woods for another decade. Where's my bow?
While they figure out which product to market, let me tell you about the Vietnam War, where a local brawl turned into a 20-year international bar fight from 1955 to 1975. This war was a defining event of the Cold War era, deeply influencing global politics, military strategies, and societal norms. It began as a civil conflict between North Vietnam, backed by its communist cheerleaders, and South Vietnam, who called up the US like a kid calling their big brother to a fistfight and ended up being beaten. The US involvement in Vietnam was driven by the Cold War's domino theory, America's brilliant idea that if one country fell to communism, the rest would follow like a row of shot glasses in a frat house. Initially, the US played a sugar daddy to France during the First Indochina War.
Here, go buy yourself something nice.
Oh, merci beaucoup, Daddy.
But after the French got fabulously wrecked at Dien Bien Phu in 1954, and the Geneva Accord split Vietnam like an awkward family dinner.
Why is he here, Daddy?
What? You afraid of getting slapped again?
USA decided to step in to prevent the communist takeover of South Vietnam. Then came the Gulf of Tonkin incident in 1964, where North Vietnamese forces allegedly attacked US naval vessels. It was like the US yelling,
They stole my lunch money.
and Congress, of course, handing over the Gulf of Tonkin resolution, which was basically a permission slip for President Lyndon B. Johnson to go bananas. This marked the beginning of the US going all out, deploying troops and bombing anything that looked at them funny. Like they were trying to win a very explosive game of whack-a-mole.
Oh, I see someone else besides France wants to get slapped too.
The Vietnam War was the first televised war where nightly news broadcasts turned American living rooms into horror show screenings. I mean, imagine expecting to watch Emily in Paris and instead getting Stranger Things Live Edition. Graphic images and reports of combat, casualties, and destruction were served up with your meatloaf, making dinner time awkward as hell.
Would you like some peas with that, Lim?
Suddenly, the American public had a front row seat to the worst reality show imaginable, complete with commercial breaks.
In the midst of the chaos, when you need a break from the madness, there is one thing you can always rely on. Coca-Cola, the real thing in unreal times.
This unfiltered media coverage was like throwing a cold, wet blanket on any lingering patriotic fervor. Anti-war sentiments skyrocketed, especially among younger Americans who decided they'd rather be at Woodstock getting high than dodging bullets in a jungle. Who knew? Protests erupted like acne on a teenager, spreading everywhere and making it clear that the youth of America had had enough of this insanity.
Erupted like acne?
The draft was like winning the world's worst lottery.
Congratulations. You've just won a one-way ticket to war.
Rising casualties and the ever-present threat of being shipped off to Nam turned public disillusionment into a national pastime. It was the era's version of getting unfriended en masse. The Vietnam War was like throwing a Molotov cocktail into a blender full of social movements in the US, then hitting puree. It didn't just shake things up, it blew the lid off. MLK and other leaders pointed out that the war was a colossal resource sinkhole that disproportionately hit poor and minority folks. African Americans and other minorities were shipped off to combat faster than you could say systemic racism.
All right, Expander Bros, you're next.
This glaring inequality supercharged the civil rights movement as people realized they were fighting two wars, one in Vietnam and one against systemic racism at home. But wait, there's more. Feminists looked at the war and saw the ultimate testosterone-fueled catastrophe, like a frat party with tanks. They called out its patriarchal and exploitative nature, seeing it as one giant boys' club mess. Environmentalists watched in horror as the US spread Agent Orange like it was Gatorade, turning lush jungles into toxic wastelands. It was like giving Mother Nature a chemical peel, except instead of looking fresh and youthful, she ended up with third-degree burns.
Yes, third-degree burns. Also, it's splendidly wise choice to subscribe to this channel.
Other Western nations, especially NATO members, treated the Vietnam War like an invite to a cousin's pyramid scheme.
Trust me, bros, this is once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Get it now and watch your problems multiply.
They had better things to do than to get dragged into America's latest hot mess. The UK and its buddies were more worried about the Soviet threat in Europe.
I'd slap too. I'm open for a third one.
Hell no!
The Vietnam War ended in 1973 with the Paris Peace Accords and the grand finale, the fall of Saigon in 1975. Picture America hosting a disastrous party, realizing it's gone off the rails and sneaking out while everyone else is still cleaning up the puke and broken furniture.
Well, that escalated quickly. Good luck with the cleanup, everyone. I'm out of here.
Vietnam was left with massive casualties, ecological nightmares from Agent Orange, and long-term economic hangover. Meanwhile, back in the US, veterans came home with PTSD and war-related injuries, and society finally realized that maybe sending people off to get shot at isn't great for mental health. Who could have guessed? In the aftermath, US foreign policy got a serious reality check. The War Powers Act of 1973 was Congress's way of saying,
yeah, maybe let's not let the president play Risk with real soldiers anymore.
It was like giving a kid a rubber mullet after they nearly destroyed the house with a jackhammer.
My mama said, it's the wisest choice to hit the like boat.
So, what do you think? Is the Vietnam War a poignant chapter in world history, symbolizing the chaos of the Cold War and reshaping views on military intervention? Does its legacy continue to influence military tactics, diplomacy, and conflict resolution strategies? Did the war's media coverage turn every American living room into a front row seat to apocalypse, changing public opinion and sparking social movements? Please let us know what you think in the comments.